Today we start with the question: who was the most favorite student of Dronacharya? If your answer is Arjun, you are wrong. Arjun was the best student of Dronacharya, not the favorite one. And let us get to know a few things about Arjun and his way of attaining Vidya, which we can also use in today's time. Dronacharya had his favorite student, who else other than Ashwathama, his own son. So Dronacharya tried every single thing to give better education to Ashwathama as compared to all other students, including Karna or Arjun. One of the ideas that he did was all the students in the morning used to go to the river to collect water, and they used to carry small matkas with them. What Dronacharya did was he gave a matka with bigger mouth to Ashwathama, as a result of which Ashwathama would take less time to fill it up and would rush back to the ashram. By the time the other students walked back or came back, Dronacharya would recite a mantra or two, which would be only exclusively for Ashwathama. And as a result of which, Ashwathama would get a small edge over every other student who was there with Dronacharya. But soon, Bheem found this out. Bheem has a number of tricks of this type to his credit in the Mahabharata. Indeed, in the Mahabharata, he has not been credited to the extent that he should be credited. So he told Arjun, not only he told Arjun the problem, he also told Arjun the solution. And the solution was that Arjun was to get up at least a ghatika ahead of everybody else. So he would get up just before everybody got up and would rush to the river with the same matka that he had, but then he would be coming back even earlier than Ashwathama on a regular basis. And as a result of which, Dronacharya was forced to recite the mantra with both Ashwathama and Arjun, or in certain cases, Arjun only. So in a way, Arjun found a way out. Another time when Bheema helped Arjun is a very interesting story. Arjun had a physical development, he was Savyasachi and Ajanubahu. So naturally he was much better fitted or much better suited to becoming a Dhanurdhari as compared to anybody else. This is something that we have already seen before. Savyasachi meaning one who is ambidextrous or who is able to use both his hands by equal measure, and both his hands have equal strength. As a result of which, when one hand gets tired, he can use the other hand, and for a Dhanurdhari, this is a great asset because it is like a two-in-one. He can continue to shoot arrows when everybody else has tired and stopped. And other was Ajanubahu. His hands when standing used to reach up to his knees. That means very long hands. You try it out, your hands would not reach your knees. And because of this, his arrows would be able to travel a longer distance or at a faster rate than anybody else's. So these two advantages Arjun had. So physically, he was much better off and much better suited to the Vidya of Dhanurdhari. But then he had a problem of concentration. He was not able to concentrate, which is also an essential element for becoming a good Dhanurdhari. At night, one day, at night time or at dinner time, all the students were having their food. And at that time, the wind blew, a strong wind, because of which all the lights went off. Then somebody got up, created Agni, making Agni was not so simple as it is today, and then lighted all the lights. When the lights were on, Arjun realized that Bheem, who was sitting next to him, was the only one who had continued to have his food. Everybody else, when the lights were not there, had stopped. But Bheem continued, and this surprised Arjun. So Arjun asked Bheem, "How did you continue to have your food when there are no lights?" And to which Bheem responds, "I did not even realize the lights had gone out. I had become so much one with the process of having food that I did not even realize that the lights had gone off." And that is the concentration of Bheema. And later on, Arjun asked a few more questions and started learning how to concentrate in the same way in the process as Bheem was doing, so that he was one with the process. Similar tale is told about Sunil Gavaskar. At one point of time, he was very close to creating a record, and he was also very close to creating a century. And just before that, 2 or 3 times, he had got out cheaply. So this particular time, Sunil Gavaskar was said to be concentrating very hard on completing his century. And he completed his century. Later on, he said that he was so concentrated on the ball and the bowler that he had stopped counting, stopped looking at the scoreboard. It was just ball, play, take run. Ball, play, take run. And he had totally forgotten, not totally forgotten, he had taken it out of his memory, because that could be something that could make him tense. So that is the concentration, that is called as becoming one with the process, and that is how Arjun also started becoming one with the process of Dhanushya Band or bow and arrow, and as a result of which he, with his physical attributes, also received the mental attributes to become a great Dhanurdhari. And he was the best Dhanurdhari or best student that Dronacharya had, but not the most favorite student. Most favorite student was Ashwathama, who was, even only 2 students were given the Brahmastra by Dronacharya. One was Arjun and other was Ashwathama. So this is how Arjun extracted the Vidya from Dronacharya. And that is where we stop today. Keep writing to us, send us your feedback, send us your comments. Namaskar.